Hey, you guys. I just did this fantastic project slash exercise slash class online, and I was going to post a couple of pictures from the project and just decided it'd be so much easier to do a short video to do it justice. First of all, I cannot sing the praises of this woman enough. She taught the class through Skillshare. Some of you may have done some stuff and taken some classes on Skillshare. I signed up for it at the beginning of the pandemic, and I've taken advantage of a number of the courses that they've offered. Some of them I've started and didn't finish, but there have been a number of them that really struck a chord with me, and I just did this one that was taught by Julia Rothman, artist, and her website is juliarothman.com. She's just fantastic. I just love her illustration and her style. So the project that she gave us and took us step by step on Skillshare was about making, doing drawings and making patterns into a wallpaper. And although I did not do the final wallpaper, which was printing out a bunch of my designs and then pasting them up on a huge wall, all my walls are textured and I didn't really have anything big enough to do it, but I did enough of it that I got the feel of what she was doing. And it's a testimony if you're on Skillshare and you get to look at all the projects that were uploaded. She inspired so many people, and you could spend tons of time just going through all the different projects that people did based on her class. And some of those are just as inspiring as the original class. So anyway, even if you have no interest whatsoever in drawing or a process of drawing or anything like that, I still think there's a handful of you who follow me on Facebook who might really be interested just to see how this progressed. So anyway, Julia Rothman, she's awesome. Okay. This was my original sketch. So I did plan out some of the items. This is obviously a very rough sketch, but some of these items were things she used in her own example, and it was just easier to pull some of those things because I had the same items available to me. So some of them, the scissors, pens, Scotch tape, the Sharpie pen, some of those things were already suggested, and some of the other things I just threw in and filled in. So that was my rough sketch. After I did my rough sketch, I took it to my little light table, and I put excuse me, I put some beautiful lightweight drawing paper on top, and I traced it with a monoline pen, just the lines that I wanted to keep and incorporate for my basic drawing. Then you take this to make the wallpaper pattern and you cut it in half this way, and you put this side on this side and you tape it. And then with that, you cut it in half this way and put the bottom on the top. And what you end up with is this, okay? Ignore some of this. I had to draw some of this in to fill. But you can see where my Scotch tape holder over here is here, and then the end of it is over here. You can see my dental floss here is cut off, and the other side of it is over here. And so you have this repeating pattern. And if I photocopied this a bunch of times, I could just keep lining up these squares, and that's where you get your wallpaper pattern. In this case, after you do this and put these together, you have this empty space in here. So then you have to figure out what you're going to draw in here. And I opted to do paintbrushes and some paints, a little paintbrush holder, a couple more paper clips just to fill in, and this was ink. I could have put black in here, but I didn't. Anyway, I kind of wanted just to keep it outlines, so nothing really stood out. Anyway, I just loved this so much. Then I went ahead and scanned this and put it into the computer, and I put 4 panels into 1 sheet of paper. So you really, really get the feel of this being wallpaper. And I know it's super busy, but part of it is that you don't want your eye to go to any one thing, and it doesn't. It just kind of sees everything all at once. And I just love it. It's just not my drawing so much as I just love the whole idea. So you could do this with lots of different drawings and patterns. And the way she showed it was just like, oh my gosh, that is such a simple concept, but I certainly never would have thought of it. So then I had this, right? Well, then I decided I wanted to take my original drawing into, oh, I just noticed something I wished I would have taken care of. I'll have to go back in and clean that up. Then I took the original drawing and I put it into Photoshop. Actually, I put it into Illustrator, and then it wasn't cooperating the way I wanted it to. So I put it into Photoshop and I colored it in Photoshop. I just liked it. It's a completely different look. So I just thought it was fun. There's absolutely no purpose or reason for any of this to exist. It was just fun. And I put so much time and energy into it. I hadn't been motivated to do this kind of a drawing in a really long time. So my hat's off to Ms. Rothman, because it really did inspire me to take my time and look at objects and draw them to the best of my ability. Then I did what I always do, which is take my drawings or my whatever art I'm working on, and I went ahead and I put it into a note card format and printed this off. And here's what I ended up with as my final project. And I made these note cards, which are just totally random. They're just totally random. And I will send them out. My mom will get one. Hey, Mom, if you're watching, you'll get one of these in the mail. But it was just such a fun project. And I actually thought it might be a fun piece of art to make maybe a little bit smaller and make this the background. And then put this cut out and centered, popped up maybe a little bit on this background, and then matte and frame it in some nice red and black or something, just for fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and just so glad that I could share this with you, because I really had a good time if you didn't already know that. Okay, take it easy. Bye.